Welcome to Pocket Women Lockpicking and Locksport. How's everyone going on this lovely Tuesday / Monday, depending on where you are in the world? We're going to try and persist with the computer today. If it shits itself on us, we will have to change to the mobile phone. But the mobile phone decided it wasn't going to charge overnight, so it's on charge now. G'day, Elijah. Thanks for the audio check. Appreciate it. Let's see who was in the Lock Lab first this morning. Elijah was first. Good on you, mate. Ground Frogs in the Lock Pond. Welcome in, hopping along. G Key Man, the mod with the most keys, is in the house. So be on your best behaviour today, people. Miko Wolf. Hey, g'day. Good to see you, Miko. Pats to the puppies. Matt's Lock Shop. G'day, Matt. Good to see you as well, mate. Welcome in. Yin Yet. Welcome. You are powering along with the tools you're acquiring, Yin Yet. That's awesome. Zoe the cat meow is in their house. Good to see you here. Dan, g'day. Good to see you. Well, today we've got quite a few things on that I want to achieve in the day. But the first things first. Check out the beautiful Terry B. Pickin custom pick focus. Let's not do that today, machine. Just focus when I'm requesting focus. That'll be nice. Thanks for cooperation. So it's got a key. Focus. Focus. Today. Focus. Yeah. Now, I found out something interesting from Terry B that I didn't pick up at the time because I couldn't find my initial design of this pick. So I forgot that I requested it, but I have requested it. And that's a secret function of this pick that Butcher's Block came up with initially. And that's a secret function of the handle. Come on, machine. Cooperation today wouldn't go astray. Thank you. So a lock on that side, skull on that side. Protection that end, and the pointy end was all the business happens. That picking happens. Aha. Well, the secret function of this is in this end. Check it out. Let's get an example. Let's see how we're going with this. Oh my, did you see that? Did you? I'll do it again. Coming closer. Watch this, people. Got the pick. Need a shim? Got a shim. Whoa, look at it. Look at that. We have... that one doesn't work. Yes, it does. It has a slight bit of tin in it, that one. That's a homebrew one. But check it out. Check it out. A secret function of the pick is to pick up your shims. There's a magnetic pin in the rear. What do you think of that? Is that too cool? Has that just taken this pick to the next level and beyond? Nate Gooden, welcome in, Nate. Use a magnet as a pin. Exactly. Tink as it sounded. Tink indeed, Dan. Tink. Tink. Oh, I'm just loving it. And it's not a too strong one. You can easily release your magnet. You can easily release your shim. Oh my, that is too cool. That's magenta. And this timber is exactly what I requested. A purple timber, because I knew they had purple heart over there. And yes, I have a heart in my pick. It's a purple heart. How cool is that? And this fits the 3 or 4 different ways I hold my pick in the middle of picking. What do you reckon? Black magic, exactly. It's a magic. It's a secret. See, I'm gonna have to do a special video just on this pick magic function. I'll probably put it out as a short. Why not? Yes. How cool is that? Purple heart is beautiful. And the camera, of course, does not give it the beauty it needs. But it is absolutely stunning. And the weight is balanced. It is balanced in your hand. It has a bit of it's got elements in it like these things, or these are all, but all the elements are balanced. So it's a precision instrument. It fits in your hand wonderfully. It's gorgeous. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And if you see me attempting to pick a lock that I picked multiple times under 10 seconds, I could barely pick it because I could feel everything. I wasn't relying on the shaft of the pick to pick the first 3 pins for me, and I just had to pluck up the rest of the ones. But this is making me pick every pin. This is going to take my picking to the next level. So the other thing that's going to take my picking to the next level is what Lock Junkie sent me. These are the belt rankings. I'm going to go for each one. So I've got the bragging rights. I'll have to work out how to do it. I don't know how to do it, but might have to join something. Might have to talk to new people. I don't know, but we're going to try and get that done. So one thing we need to work out today is, from the locks that I have, which ones equate to each color, so I know what lock to pick for each color. And of course, yes, we're going to black. Oh yeah, we're getting them all, and we're going for black. Nemo Nada, welcome in. Sorry I couldn't answer your message on Discord. I saw it there, and then, not having the keyboard working, couldn't actually respond to it. But I was able to ask the question in the last live stream, which was, what is a good dimple lock for a beginner dimple picker to start picking? Now, some of you said the Multi-Lock Junior. Yeah, the Multi-Lock Junior. Yeah, and the other cool thing about these, Dan, is, let's grab, where's the, I've got the purple one up there already. They come with a little stand. So when you get your belt, you just whack it on your little stand, and bragging rights. Look, they are holographic. Well, they got the shiny, the trippy colors going on. Is that hologramic type, like, what's he? What do you call it? Filament? Placky stuff? Yes. So back to this beauty of a pick. Oh my God. It's a stunner, and yes, it will be getting used regularly. Elijah's got a blue belt chip. Mate, you are into you'd be a red belt by now or something like that, the locks you're picking, even beyond. Yes, it is from 44 Delta Unit. Correct. It's a 44 Delta. 44delta.com is where you can find these goodies. Dan says, yes, it is holographic. Yeah, well, you got answers directly on the live stream. Wow, my machine's going trippy. Oh, it's doing stuff all on its own. I didn't touch nothing then. Oh, it is just, oh, that's nasty. It is just taking the zoom up to past 110, which is weird. When I didn't touch nothing that said touch the zoom. Now, my mate said that what I need to do is, because of the slowness, the difference between my computer and my wife's computer and my phone speed. So it is not the internet that is stuffing up. It is the actual computer. So they said to empty a thing called cache. I don't know what that is. I don't know where to find it on the computer. So I'm meeting up with my mates to go for a big explore on Thursday. So I'm going to take my pewty. One of my mates is a computer dude, and I'm going to ask them, what's it mean? What do I do to try and get, yes, empty caches. I don't know where it is, what it is. I don't know, and I've never done it. So it's possibly that's the issue. Also on Thursday, which is your Wednesday in the Northern Hemisphere, is I've got another mate who's an Explore partner who is going to organise the fixing of my computer's keyboard. So that'll be a relief. So they'll be ordering parts for that. So things are moving along. As far as the techie side, pronunciation is variable. Yes, it's under the control panel. Okay, is that a physical thing on the computer, the control panel, or is it a button, or what? Where's the control panel? Yes, Dan, I'm that computer illiterate. And yet says, yes, I empty cache on phone apps a lot. Oh, I've never done it on the phone either. Oh, it's in the settings. Right. Should we stuff around with it now, or would that be a dangerous thing to do in the middle of a live stream? We might be brave and do it shortly. Yes. Now, just before the live streams, now I had a lot planned for today, and I thought, yep, I can get this done, that done. And then 5 minutes before the live stream was due to start, I bent over to empty out Winston's litter box, and my back went. Oh, the pain was intense. I had to quickly lay down, do some stretches, trying to catch my breath. As you can hear from my breath, I'm still trying to catch it. It's taken off down the street. Still trying to breathe. It hurts to breathe. I've just dropped a massive anti-inflammatory to try and calm that beastie down. But I thought me back was settling down. But yeah, that part of the back was the L1 bulgy disc thing affecting my legs. That was settling down, but now this up a little bit higher has gone ping, which is, nice to know that the whole back is still got some feeling in it. If it's on the phone, look for a cog. A cog. Right. Nina and Elijah both saying, yeah, do it later. This is not something we do in the middle of a live stream on the only computer we've got in use. Yeah, okay, good advice. Cool. G'day, the lock guy. Welcome in, mate. Good to see you. So today, first thing we want to do is play with the new toys. Of course we do. Let's check it out. Oh, okay, yep. Sliders movement is going to ping. This is a jackknife. I've always wanted one of these because out of all the jackknives I've seen that were on the market at the time over the last 7 years, this one is the only one that has a solid locking mechanism that my hands would be able to use. So there's no way I'm going to be able to tighten a little baby tiny nail nut There's no way I'm going to be able to tighten something like that with the thumbs gone. So when I saw Knox Lock score one of these, well, he scored a few of them. He's got the whole set, and started playing with them. And I was on the live stream, and I asked him heaps of questions. How easy was this to do that? And how easy was it to do that? Can my hands actually do that? And I was assured, yep. And look at that. That is solid, stable pick. The only wobble there is the wobble that happens within the old skin of the hands. Come hither with Heather. G'day, mate. Welcome in. Come hither with Heather is one of my explore partners. And my back just bent over to clean Winston's letterbox, and my back went ping, Heather. So we're managing that. We're trying to get the back for tomorrow. We've got a bit of walking to do. And the thing I like about those, I didn't realise, see, you can put them in any orientation. See, I locked that at that angle then. So it doesn't have to be locked down there. It can be locked whatever's convenient. You can pick it like that. It's okay. It is locked. Oh, I like that. Locked in any orientation. Oh dear, indeed, Heather. So that happened just 5 minutes before I started the stream. But you get that on the big jobs. And look at the patterning. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's got Lock Junkies 300. How cool is that? I love it. Love it. And it's got a little screw there, so you can remove that clip belt if you want to. I like to have it in there as added function. And that you just put in the little slot provided and push down and push in, and it is locked in tight. It is gorgeous. I am loving this. What's up, puppy? What? Oh, do not turn sideways. Okay. Betty, what's wrong? We've just started. You can't be hassling right now, surely. I took you to the toilet just before the live stream started. Just before I did my back, actually. What's up? Okay, little puppy requires attention. What's up? Hey? What's up, puppy girl? Told you to clean your face. You could be on camera today. Hey? What's wrong? Yeah? Okay, say g'day to the viewers. Yeah? Okay, you're going to relax? You're going to relax and not bark all through the stream today? It would be nice. Yeah? Okay. Okay, we require earrobes. All right, where you going? On belly. Okay. We require belly. Puppy and kitty videos get the clicks. I know. Get your nose out of the bin, you bin doggy. You going to go relax? Would be good if you went and relaxed. So I can go back to thinking about what I was doing. Want to go relax? Nope, you're going to stay right there. Nope, she's going to stay right there. Okay. Kids. So Winston is going around the winter. He's great. He's running up and down. He's enjoying the freedom of space up and down the hallway. Now, this goes in there and push it like that, and it locks in. Does it lock in down there? Does that nose have somewhere to go, or does it sit up like that? No, it just sits like that. And it is super light. This is aluminium, so it's beautiful and light in the hand. So this will be my little got to practice with it first before I call it an EDC, because there's no point having a bit of EDC kit that you haven't practiced using, and then when you actually do need it in a year's time, it's not working for you. You don't know how to use it, you haven't practiced, you find it doesn't suit the applications that you would come across. So always practice using your EDC kit before you take it out in the field and call it an EDC. I always wanted one of these. These are nice brown leather, the soft leather, fairly good, from Southern Specialties. This is also what I want from Lock Junkie. What surprised me about this is how thin these shafts are. Like, look at that. Let's get a comparison. All right, here's a comparison. Now, which one is this? I'm going to undo it. Where's my Allen key? So this is the bare bones. What's up, puppy? What now? This is the bare bones. Look at that. Look at the difference. Get you close. Can we focus? Focus. Hold it like that. That's a big difference. Oh, puppy, I'm not ignoring you. I was just trying to focus. What? What? Oh, all right. Talk amongst yourselves. Elijah, you're in charge of the chat. I'll be back in a moment. What's up? Oh, you're making me stand. You're making me walk. What's up? Oh, I know. In my business to get ready this morning, to get the same stream set up to make 4 breakfasts, get my wife up and ready to leave the house, deal with a support worker and other things this morning. I forgot to give her a peanut butter cookie. She has one after breakfast, and so she doesn't let you forget stuff like that. She will just let you know you have forgotten part of the system. She's missing out on her peanut butter cookie. I think she's a little bit addicted to them things at the moment. Yes. So we're comparison of the pics. Right. So admittedly, like the bones is for picking in the allotment, and the Southern Specialties would be part of an EDC kit, but that's what you want in an EDC kit, a pick that can cope with all sorts of scenarios. But that is super thin, and I'm impressed. So let's take a measurement. Let's slide your way. Get yourself a drawer. Oh, did Heather call it? Did she? She realised that I'd forgotten to do the cookie. Let's read the chat. Read the chat. Oh no, every time I touch the mouse, it all goes crazy with the sizes and stuff. What is going on with this machine? Go back to normal size. Stop flicking. Oh, you crazy Pewdie, you. Oh, it's doing it again. Jeez. Why won't it let me use the mousey? Oh, it's doing it. Oh, flashy flicky. Well, that's a bit annoying, machine. You're really starting to shit yourself now, aren't you? Okay, that's a happy puppy now. And Dan's just got the notification. Oh, got on YouTube. Thanks for rocking up to the live stream. It's always good to have you. And it's not as though I loaded it an hour before. Like, I think I loaded it at 9 o'clock this morning, just after 9. No, just before 9. No, it's taking me to the very start of the chat. This is a weird. Yes, Heather was right. Heather is known as Auntie Heather to Betty, and Heather is the only one that she's allowed to ask for a peanut butter cookie from. Heather's on notice to Betty says that Auntie Heather must give her a peanut butter cookie when she arrives and when she leaves. So she scores 2 peanut butter cookies whenever Heather comes to visit, and she thinks it's awesome. Metal hooks for a twisted keyways with the big fix can't fix. What? Okay. What? I read that wrong, didn't I? Let's try and... Oh, no. I moved the mouse again. Computer. Welcome, Betty. Oh, I've lost the screen. Okay. Metal hooks for a twisted keyways with can't fit in. Exactly. Paracentric keyways, you can't fit the big shafted ones in. So let's go to that, 0 that, on U, 0 U. So this is 0.6 of a mil, which is 25 thou. Yep. And 0 that. And we'll go at the tip, just before the rise of the deforesty section, that just there is 43, which is 1.05 mil. And this one is 0.84, which is 32.5 thou. So quite a difference. So one can do really paracentric keyways. What's the thickness? And one can't. Well, one can, but it gets a bit twisty. So yeah, that's 25.5 thou for the Southern Specialties. But it's about being able to get around a keyway as well as getting in a keyway. So that's pretty cool, because out in the field you never know what you're going to come across. So it's good to have a pick on you that you know can do all sorts of scenarios. Let's count. Now, there's been some more organisational things going on in the lock pond, which has been really good. I actually have some floor space. Hey, unbelievable, I know. Now, so these are really cool. However, I can't use the metal handles. They're too thin for my little hands. Oh, Rise Toys, welcome in. So we have a solution to that. And what's the solution, I hear you ask? Well, it's bare bones handles, of course. So check this out. Where did I put them? I put everything away, didn't I? Haha. In the drawer we go. Are they in here? Oh, no. All right. Check the other. I know where they are. Here. Not on the top drawer. I'm going to crash the set. Boy, don't spill the water. I'm moving stuff. This is not good. Oh, we're going to end up with some crushiness. There we go. Grab you. You'll be right. You'll do. Okay, slide everything back. All right, I'm going to be squished up. Oh, Terry B. I got a little Terry B in the lock lab buzzing around. Careful, the flies will take out a bee. No worries. The frogs will take out a bee. So, this is known as the bone skin. You got some resin handles, Nemonada, and most won't go. You got some of the resin handles and most won't go on straight. What do you mean by that? Most won't go on straight. As in, your picks aren't sitting in the handles flush. So this is a bone skin. So usually it takes these thin ones. Yep. And you can interchange your picks. So let's see if it'll take one of these. Oh, you took up me purple. Me purple. Me purple. My purple, what is it? What do we call it? Wish list. So we pop you there. Well, we pop you there, really. Not sure if that is designed for this. Oh, yes. Look at that. It is designed for that. Sweet. So in my kit, all I need to do is carry one bone skin with me, and that would fit all my picks in the little EDC carry thing. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, that is too cool. Oh, I'm happy it fits that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to go in my kit. That's going to get to come out. But don't drop a lock from up there on top of your plastics because you will break it. So I need to put that piece back in. Yeah, plastic handles, these PLA handles, do not cope if you drop a lock from up high on top of them. So be careful when you're bangy, tappy in your lock lab and upstairs comes downstairs. That is cool, and that is solid as, and it'll work nicely out in the field. Oh, that's going to be sweet. Oh, I like that. That's going to work nicely. Very nice. Haha. So you still have to go back into the lock hospital to get yourself repaired. And if you find that this handle isn't tight enough and you find that when you're picking or when you're twisting around keyways that this separates out a little bit, because it will do that if you're twisting it around keyways and it pinches your fingers a little bit, or you just get tighter ones of these. That is very cool. but it will not to interchange with the femur handle, because that is a completely different thickness. That is specifically made for the, what do we call them, bearskins, the ones without any metals attached to it. But these are super thin. But this is nice and strong metal. This is very cool. So very happy with the new additions in the Lock Lab. It's very exciting times when we get it. Helps renew the energy of the Lock Lab and get you all excited about using stuff again and doing things like that, playing with your toys. The bone grip handles, is that what they're called? The bone grips? So which ones are you talking about, Nemo Nado? Let's have a look. Oh, careful moving the mouse because it's not coping. It's doing it again. What is your problem, machine? What does it keep reading? That's a touchy beauty today, isn't it? Oh no, it's just changed everything from the comments. It's just hit a different button because it has resized itself again and again and again. It's just doing it constantly now. It's not coping at all. Miko Wolf uses heat shrink on the handles to make them happy in different colors so you can pick out your different picks. That's a good idea. Bone grip handles. Which ones are they? Bone skulls. Oh, they have the screws through the middle and they don't always line up with the holes in the bones picks. That's weird. That's weird because they should be made for the bones. The Mokies. But that's odd. Nimanata. I'd contact Bare Bones and ask them about that. What's going on with that? Are they not specifically made for Bare Bones picks? Are they made for a different pick? Because I know that they make handles to go with law lock tools, and they're specifically will only fit on law lock tools like the bendy ones and stuff. And so these scales might be specific to Mokies. We need to find out. We need to send out a SOS to Bare Bones to say what's going on, what's happening with the scale handles. Why are they not lining up on the Bare Bones picks? Elijah's saying that's because you have to move them around to make them fit. So move them around to make them fit. So with the bones, this is the blank bones, no pick on the end. So what that means is, would it be, how are those scales? What, those scales would go through those little holes there, are they? Is that how they work? They go through those holes? I haven't had a look at them, so I don't know. But those holes, there's quite a travel there. So, yeah, you would have to definitely orientate them along those axes. You spent forever doing that? Oh, that's a pain because you don't want to be spending forever trying to line up your pick in a handle. No, something's amiss there. Something is amiss. I might have to order some to find out what's going on and muck around with it myself. We'll come up with answers, Nemonada. We will definitely come up with some answers. Oh, hang on. Elijah's got some. Elijah's going to take his apart. He's going to sort it out for us right here, right now on Locksport Live Hangout because, hey, That's how we get our answers, which is alive. G'day, Dean. Welcome in. So we'll just pop you up there. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Dean. You missed the secret of the new pick from Terry B. Check it out. There, Shim. Have a pick it up. Pick it up with your pick. Pick your shims up. Pick it up. It's magnetic on the end. Yes, that is awesome design. That is a butcher's block design from back in the day. Oh, how cool is that? Now, in the cleanup of the lock lab, one thing we did find was 2 tension wrenches. My little one that I've been missing, so that was cool. And we also found my baggie of locks. It is magic sorcery. It is magic lockpick business right here. You saw it first. Season 2, episode 30. Well, so in my search for a lock to pick that I wanted to be a nice quick pick, a little quick demonstration of the pick when I did the video, I pressed pause, went to grab my lock that I thought was just there, and it wasn't just there. So that meant I had to search the whole lock lab for the particular lock I was looking for. It doesn't matter that I've got 200 locks looking at me. That's beside the point. I wanted one that I knew I could pick easy. Let's get it done. Let's get the demo done. Have a feel of the lock pick, how it feels inside a lock. It was a paracentric keyway. It was the Yale keyway. And I thought, this pick will get around it. And I couldn't find my lock. But we did find these. Now, this was a pile of locks that I took away with me to Townsville to Isamu Sushi. Welcome in, mate. To practice dimple lock picking. So this is the Mauer. And the Tisa. Because I only have 3 dimple locks and they're all Chinesium. I think I want one from Joe Picks that I bricked and unbricked with a magnet. Probably took about 2 hours. But I got it done. And that one's a nice Sayo. That's a trippy. Yeah, that is a dimple. That's a slider. That's a Dira. That's a slider. That's got things that are moving on the inside as they go up and down like that. That's interesting. Can we have a close-up, please? Get some light on the subject. Close-up. So they move. Oh, the boy's back in the litter box. Yeah, I'm not going to bend over and clean that one up, no matter how smelly it is, because I already pinged my back once. If I just stay still, we're functioning. That is a multi-lock. Now, that one, is that the multi-lock junior? Is that what that is? Would be my question. That's a Vero. That's just a difficult lock. That's a Isaiah. Another one, paracentric type like QA. And here's another one. Now the pins look different. So this is a multi-lock. Now the pins, as you're looking in, they look different. And the little dude looks a little bit different. So the difference between the little dude is this one on the right. Hey, mate, what are you doing? You can't rip up. You rip. Back in a minute. What's he doing? Hey. Oh, okay, he's going to be gone by the time I get myself up. Yeah, he's gone. Didn't even get out of my seat. Like, ooh, can't move that fast. Okay. So, questions. So this one here, let's try and move you around. Wait, we got a light collapse. Oh, good on you. Back you go. Up you go. You're gonna keep falling. Yep. Right, tighten some bits. So, focus today. Now, those pins look like that, and those pins. Can we have some? Now my screen's gone really little. It's hard to even see, for me to see in there. So one looks fatter and one looks thinner. So that's the fat side ones, and that's the thinner looking pins. And the difference between the little dudes is this little dude, muscly dude, it's got a bigger circle than this little dude. It's a tiny little circle. Its heart chakra is bigger and smaller. So which one's which? Do I have a multi? Because I've always wanted a pinning pin. And if a multi-lock junior is where you start your dimple lock pick, do I have one? Oh no, Nemo, nada, still having issues. Okay, let's find out. So we'll wait a sec after I've clicked on the comment for it to show up. No. There we go, welcome. Oh, and I've clicked on it twice because it took so long and it cut out. Now I need to make the thing bigger so I can read it because it resized. Oh, well, you can't resize itself. Whoa, it's just tripped out. It's resized itself 5 times in a row just then. That's weird. Weird. You say make text larger and it made it smaller 3 by 3 times. Okay. So Nemanata says, on mine, once I put either screw in, the other hole won't align in any way. That leaves the pick straight in the handle. It's always just too short by less than a millimeter. Elijah has the answer. Elijah might just have to do a video for you, putting his together to see if there's something that's out on your own picks or if there's something going on with your scales or if everything matches Elijah's, then you can figure out what else is going on. No, you shouldn't have to be modifying them at all, Nemo. No modifications necessary. They should be a set and forget. Like, buy them. They should be working straight off the shelf. So Elijah says on, and it just moved to a different comment. Oh, what? Can I have some mousy cooperation? Mousy, can you start the chat? It's weird. Okay, it's going to be one of those techie days. Okay, let's go to the bottom of the chat. Click on it. Wait 10 seconds. Okay, Elijah says on mine the first screw aligns to the second hole from the top on the pick, which means the second screw aligns with the very bottom hole and the skull sits at the bottom on both those sides. Okay, so we're talking about the bare bones scales to go in to fit Sweet in the bare bones pigs. Elijah says, on mine, the first screw aligns to the second hole from the top on the pig, which means the second screw aligns with the very bottom hole and the skull fits at the bottom on both sides. So the skull is bare bones logo, which is on those things. It does not mean skull as in a Terry B skull on a pocket woman pit. No, that's a whole different, whole different level of lockpick, people. Dun, dun, dun. Let's put you in the holder. Oh, puppy, what now? I'm just trying to work out have I got a multi-lock junior or not. What's up? What's up now? What's up? Do you want to go outside? Oh, we need to go outside. Okay, talk amongst yourselves. Back in a minute. Oh, this is going to be painful. Back in a minute. Yeah, I'm getting up. Just don't rush me. Okay, and now the cat's found his toy with a bell. That's nice. Okay. Oh, okay. We're up. We're standing. Oh, head spins. Oh, let's move it. One leg at a time. Yep. Aye. Okay. Come on. Oh. Oh. Wait, I made it without falling over. That's what the walls are for. Ah. Okay, Nimanota's going to do a recce on his again. Work out what's going on. There could be an error in manufacturing. Yes, there could be. You never know if you get that 1% that are duds. So back to the multi-locks. Where's my pointy tool? Haha. So we've got big circle, little circle, but the pins looking different. Can we see inside for the pins? Can you actually see the pins? Where's my torch? There it is. Okay, let's not poke it in my eye. Focus. Oh, come on. Oh, hello. Focused. So those pins on the big circle look heaps bigger than the pins on the tiny circle. Right, the mystery has been solved. Elijah, you've cracked it, mate. Limonada has sorted the issue out already. So the conclusion is, okay, the one handle was out, but the other handle is lining up the way you said, Elijah. Thank you. All right. So in that case, you need to contact Bare Bones. Let them know you've got a misalignment and you've done everything you can do That's the puppy barking. Oh my, it's going to be one of those uppy downy days and on a bad back day too. Oh, okay. Back in a minute, talking about so Mountain Mick. G'day, mate. Just gonna let the dog in. I'm coming. Don't rush me. I'm coming. Puppy. Puppy, I'm coming. Okay. John Doe, welcome in, mate. Good to see you. So, yeah. So, do we have an answer yet? Is the dude with the big heart chuck any of these multi-lock juniors? Does anyone know what these ones are called? So this one's got a dude with a big heart chakra, and this one's the dude with the tiny heart chakra. Bigger pins, smaller pins. Do we know? Do we know? Just hanging out in lives. Lives plural, GQ man. How many lives are going on at the moment? Have we got a heap of Locksport lives? Well, who am I missing? This is my only chance to watch live streams. They can't be on at the same time. How do I get to participate? I was able to catch 2 other live streams this week. It was really cool. No, 3. No, 2. Yeah, 3. So I was really happy with that. Oh, John Doe has to sleep. Okay, mate. I got these locks from you. Can you ID these before you go to sleepy time, John? Oh, Mountain Mick was live. Yours just ended before I started. Oh, cool. Now I'm going to have to go back and do a rewatch. So before you go, big pins are pinning pin. Ooh. So is the big pin one called the multi-lock junior? Would it be junior, senior, middle child, black sheep of the family? Which one is it? So what we're trying to ascertain is, I've always wanted to pick a pen and pen. I've been practicing on these not recently, which means I have to start again, but so that I can pick dimple locks, because I scored some dimple picks from bare bones. I also got the honest dong set, which I completely destroyed when I tried to make them thinner and work and didn't know what I was doing. I was following someone's advice. It looked like it was easy enough to do it on a, what do you call it, the windy wheel thing, grinder. But that thing stripped off a lot of material fast, and it, what the puppy? It was in my ear, puppy. You got to keep calm. Yes, dudes have moved in across the street. Oh my, they played their music and shit up until 2:00 this morning. Puppy, what you're barking at is the cat doing zoom ins. All right, that's just Winston making noises. All right. If you start barking on live streams, then everyone will end up having their puppies bark on their end of the telly. All right. So you're going to set everyone off, and you're just going to scare other people's pussycats. So stop barking. Oh, you're still uploading the replay, Mick. Okay. Yeah, take it easy, John Doe. Have a good sleepy time, mate. No, got no keys at all, G-Key man. Nimanata says, from what I've seen, to make one of those sets work, you have to do it by hand and slowly. Yes, well, this dude did this whole, tutorial on how to do it slowly and easily and much quicker by thingo, and my hands weren't working very well, and I thought, can you hush, puppy? Puppy, hush, puppy. It's going to be one of those live streams. All right. Okay, and that's Severo. So we'll keep those multi-picks out. That's an Otis. I've got one key. It's a Mauer 2-star SKG. That sounds nasty. Out. Ooh. Okay, that's trippy. How does it want to go in? Yeah. And we've got an evil Eva here. Is that... that's a standard pin tumble with a wiggly evil keyway. Focus today. Yeah, mongrel. Right, and this one's a Titan, which I've obviously picked because I didn't put it back in the locked position. Okay. So those are the dimple locks that I have at the moment to learn dimple lock picking on. So for a beginner to learn dimple lock picking, I would suggest you do what I did at the start and score some cheapy Chinesium to get the feel and to build up your muscle strength, because it is a different way to hold the pick. It's different muscles, and my hands didn't like it at all. They had to build up their strength in that orientation of twisting the pick that way, and plus it's a different style of pick. It's a different handle. I've got really cool ones from, of course, Bare Bones. Where are my dimplies? My dimplies are in here. So I got the starter pack, the starter 4. So 2 right, 2 left flags, and this facet is really good. I like it. It's comfy. You can position your hands in a comfy position. And I haven't changed these at all. So the next question about dimple picking would be the one I had, which is what orientation do you use these flags in? So how do you know which one's the right, which one's the left? Well, I thought that you would be picking from the flat, and that would be the side you pick down. You push the pin down with that one. You're picking pins down. But no, that's not it. I was told no, it's the other one. So it's the one where you've got the rod. Focus today. Come on, good on ya. So it's picking down like that. So I thought the flat side would give you the more reach, like that, but apparently not. No, it's the other way. Elijah says, from bare bones, white is left and black is right. Yes. And by that means, I'm going to try and move the mouse again. And that's the colour of the pick handles. So I got mine in the flex because it matches my other bone stuff. So the black flecks and the white flecks. So, yeah, the flat is away from the pin. So the round side is what you pick onto your pin. Flat is up away from the pin. So whether you pick up or you pick down, pins up or pins down. Yeah. So that this edge here is what sort of glides along your warding, and then you reach over it with your flag. Yep. Totally going to need some, Mick. If you're into collecting picks and pick kits and trying every manufacturer under the sun's gear, yeah, you're definitely going to want some bones. And then you're definitely going to want to get into some custom picks. Whoa, beautiful. It's going to be a feature of the channel from now on, yes. When I had retire my dad's, it was, yes, I had picked consistently with it, possibly every day for a whole year, multiple times a day, and for anywhere from half an hour to an hour to 4 hours at a time each day when I first got the custom pick for a whole year. And then I picked with it for another year, and then I went, maybe I've been picking too much warding. And perhaps I should retire the pick before I snap the thing, so I retired it. Yeah, you did share my Terry B pick. I know. It blew my mind. And then the extra feature that we discovered today, which is the magnetic thing. I forgot I'd requested that part of the design. Ha ha, the magnetic rear is awesome. Ha ha, all the elements. So once I get my energy and start getting back into my dimple picking and get the hang of it again, because it's been quite a number of months since I picked up a dimple pick, because I hadn't been able to find my dimple locks until the other day. Locks to practice on if you don't score any of your own Nimonada, and then you can just send them back to me when you're done. But yes, I'm looking forward to, because when I first saw multi-pick and the pinning pin and people were picking pin and pin, and then they were disassembling them, it was like, oh, and then that's so how I ended up wanting carbers. And then I realized possibly learning to pick something that had carber pins so tiny you couldn't even see them, and like 18 to 22 of them in a lock was perhaps a bit ambitious for a beginner, which is not unusual for me because, I did start out a bit ambitious and then had to back it down a bit until I could learn how to pick before I could learn how to pick. And that's the fun of it. But that's the same thing about the medicos. It was like, oh, that's a trippy mechanism. I want to learn how to pick those. So I scored some of those and then went, oh, progressive pin that. And then on the classic, and then progressively pinned it to 4, could pick it consistently, and then put in the 5th pin and couldn't pick it to save my life. But that's just the way it goes. More practice is needed. Now that I have a pick that is absolutely stunning. Feedback is beyond belief. This will take it to the next level of picking, which is belts. Now, what else did I stick in my dreamily stylus? I so need a new keyboard. It's not a dreamily, it's a Dremel stylus. Can you believe it? It just, what I just don't like spelling, what do you call it? Auto-correcty stuff. Because I've been trying to, it doesn't let you change the details once you go live. Oh no, it's opening up 5 different, what do you call them, tabs, because it's so slow. I just kept pressing on it and it opened up 5 different ones. Right, let's take away the dreamily. Oh, it just took the whole word away. Okay. Dremel, D-R-E. No, it's just down. It's just crashed the site. Yeah, why not? Okay. You reload it. Why is it going up? Why is it going up? Hey, shit. That's even more crazy than the machine actually does. Usually. Why is it doing that? Oh, man. I just wanted to take away one letter. It took away the whole word and write the word. And then it goes, edit bookmark. I'm not editing any bookmark. Oh, my God. What are you doing? Oh, this is crazy. This is, whoa. Why is the machine going bunter? Oh, no. What's your problem? I just wanted to change one letter. No. It's calling it a bookmark. It's not a bookmark. I'm in YouTube Studio trying to change one letter. Oh, I'm in YouTube Creator. No, I'm not meant to be there. Uh-oh. Let's try again. No, it wants me to reload the site. This is crazy. Okay. All right, get out of there. Let's not change nothing then. It can just stay the way it is and I'll deal with a spelling mistake and it'll do my heading, but that's just the way it goes. So full 1 2B picks. G'day, you've got 3 pick blanks. One is going to be a crescent hook, but you're looking for suggestions of lesser known unique profiles that are still useful. Any suggestions? Oh yeah. So one of the profiles that has been getting a lot of traction lately, but I've used it a lot in the past, but because pick makers didn't actually focus on making it one place dig, they were called tag, but the pick that the version of it they made was massive, which was just not functional in the locks that I had, was what we called the swoop hook. COVID Instruments have brought it out recently, and they're reviving it, and people are having a lot of fun with that. And the other pick that I enjoy picking is the DeForest Diamond. Because it gives you that reach, but it also gives you the versatility of the diamond, which I like picking with anyway. A lot of people well, I find the diamond a lot more versatile than other picks. One, because, you know, it goes into the pick well and comes out, and you can feel the pins as you go through. Also, it enables you, if you don't have a flag, it enables you to pick those sliders as well with a little diamond. Find diamonds on its own or diamonds as a deforest diamond to give it that reach is versatile. Or do a combo, a diamond slash whoop, create your own profiles. I find the Nessie Sandman combo pick is it was called a boom slang originally when it came out, Mick, and it was designed by Locksport. And I found that pick when Sparrows first brought it out was way too big. What massive locks were they wanting you to put it in? It barely fitted in anything. But then people started to make their own and reduce the size of them, and it became a more versatile pick. Law Lock Tools brought them out and called it the Nessie, and that was a more usable version of it. But I find they're not versatile enough a pick for me, because I need picks that can cope with paracentric keyways, narrow keyways, your Y1s, your C4, your trippy little wigglies, and the Sandman Boomslang / Nessie just doesn't do it. I find that you scrub it, yeah, with the Nessie side, the hump side, and it works fine. Then you turn around to do those last few picks in a paracentric kind of keyway or in a C4 keyway, and then those humps just push it up too far and get in the way. Yeah, the classic diamond, you can't go past the classic. Swoop hook, is that like the one from Dangerfield Serenity Kit? Because that does seem like fun. I'll be on a Google image. Yes, I'll give you a Bo Peep at Swoop. Let's pull out my old kit. The octo rope, no, that's useless as tits on a ball. That thing's massive, too big. What sort of a pick lock were they trying to create that thing for? So this was brought out by Tag 5 Industries. I put before 3D printing became common, a dude was creating these for the community, and I put them on all these because I couldn't even use this commercial pick set because of how thin it was. So this was the Swoop, and plus their handles are heaps longer than anyone else's, and I found that I couldn't use them to pick with on camera because I kept hitting the camera with them. But that is, yeah, Swoop. But the current swoops out there, like from Covert Instruments and other people, probably Dangerfield, yes. Focus today would be good. It would be really good if you could focus today. Like now. Oh, come on, you mongrel. Is too swoopy. So this, because of the distance between here and here, from here to this point here, was too great. That's a whole lot of room you need in the keyway to make that pick work. From the tip of the point to where you would actually need it to go in to reach the back pin. which is about what, 40 mil in, which is about there. So that depth is just too deep. Too swoopy of a swoop. So I have not been able to pick with these. But it's fun to have and then my glue never stuck. It just came off then as I shoved it in. So I found it annoying. But it was my first attempt to have handles on a picks, on commercial picks. So yeah, I don't know what ever happened to Tag 5 Industries, but their picks did not take off in the community at all. I won that set from a dude who no longer... Oh, it's called a Reach now. Yep. So then you have what... you have what's in the Valerian set from Locksport Tools. Nope, they don't have a swoop. No, but they do have the tip and a little cutout one in it. Yeah, and a deeper reach of a much steeper deforest diamond. It's a steeper focus. Fuck you. Come on. There we go. That's quite a pronounced reach on that one. That'll be the deep hook. So yeah, so Locksport Tools brought out through Tiffany's Design, which is a New Zealand lockpick maker. They teed up with Andy from Locksport Tools, and they came out with some really great profiles. And so I trawl their site, lawlocktools.com, I think it is, and have a look at their profiles, especially stuff that Tiffany's put out. You get yourself some ideas. You might be able to combine some of those profiles. You might like to, get some inspiration from them. That's always good. Now, let's create some space. Let's move the pick back. Oh, crashing. Okay, put the frog back a bit. Get the Terry B. Create some space and grab a blade. That's that. Oh, no, took out the computer. Next door down. Front shelf. Oh, that was my name. No worries, Sophie. Pleasure. That's what's helpful about the lives. Is you can get answers straight away. You don't have to wait. And the thing is, because we operate in multiple time zones, you can, someone's awake, something about something. So it's bare bones blank. So you've got this one here. And yeah, you've got plenty of meat between the thickness here and what you need to get to over here. So yeah, you can definitely create any sort of shape you need out of that. And that's a 20,000 bones blank I've got there. Our pleasure, Sophie. Oh no, just like crash the right, let's just try and keep the mouse still because jeez. Okay, just took out the keyboard. Be added on keyboard. Oh. Okay, the situation with this was oh no, what's it pulling up? Was this? It broke. It wouldn't work. So what had happened was this little duvet here had snapped off. So I pulled off the back, which is that bit there. You know, undid some of these things. Quite difficult, but anyway, we got there without breaking anything. And then I went to Church's local electronics place here where you buy lots of bits and said, everyone, they've gone, I've gone, all right. So I went looking around. I found something similar. So I brought it home. I did a lot of filing and cutting, and I made that pin there. And then I put it all back together. And then this thing wouldn't stay on. I'm back. So I tried everything, and then I went, all right, just get the tape out. And it's like, no, it's not gonna work with just tape. So I'm gonna have to get another motor. So I went on the interweb and thought, I'll just buy another one of these with, you know, this duvet that was sticking out the end of it. Yep. And then it came up, we don't make them anymore, and you can't buy parts, and you can't fix it. You have to buy a whole new unit. And it's like, what? This isn't even mine. This is on loan. G'day, still kicking. How's it going, mate? So I've got to fix it. So then I went, right. I've got quite a few electronics out the back that I've scored from the in-laws that have died over the past year and a half. I gather it up throughout the year, and then once a year I do a metals run, a scrap, and get a few dollars out of it. So I started scrapping, and quite a few things have got little motors in them. And then I thought, well, they all look a bit different. Maybe I should just buy this part. Now, as with anything I buy off the internet, I always forget to check sizes and stuff because it doesn't come with sizes, and I can't be bothered texting people to ask them questions and wait for answers, especially when I've got a keyboard that doesn't work. So I thought, I'll just buy one of those. That looks about right. So I thought, I'll just buy one. So I did. Well, it turned out to be twice the size of what I needed, so that was not helpful. And then I still ended up with the problem of, you know, it's still not holding into position. So then I thought, well, in my scrapping stuff, there's little motors. Maybe I could use one of them little motors. All these numbers and stuff meant nothing. It didn't help at all. So I started scrapping. Now what I've ended up with Now this is, that's a little motor. That's not going to help. So I scrapped two things. One was a printer, like an Epson printer thing, and another one was like a Brother printer that I scored from a garage sale for $3. So I thought, right, I'm bound to find something in those. Well, this is some component that I thought might come in handy with all its cables. I know absolutely nothing about electronics. I've been watching a shitload of scrapping videos to find out how to do these things safely. So make sure you do your research before you start pulling things apart so you don't zap yourself. You don't end up scrapping something that shouldn't be touched and you end up with cancer-causing agent. And I'm buffering up. And so in here, in this printer thing, okay, yeah, there is. So it was this little motor, and I thought, oh, okay, you look about, like you'd work. So then and then I went on another tangent. And I thought, well, probably I fixed this little stylus just so I could hook it up as a mini lathe. And I thought I can do an old lathe, so I looked into how doing that on Click Spring and stuff when they did the Antikythera stuff, and I thought, oh yeah, we'll have a look at that. We could go manual, but I prefer to go power tool. So then I got this and I went, oh, it's probably not going to fit in the hole. So I thought, okay, well, then that's okay, because it's got this little lever on the end. And it comes with this little lever here, because it was running on that. I thought, I'll get myself some gears. I'll run a motor. I'll just build a motor into it. So I went down another rabbit hole, looking through a whole heap of videos of people making their own mini lathes. There's no way I got $250, $200 to buy a lathe. So I thought I'll just acquire the parts and I'll just, wing it. So that's where I'm up to, winging it. And so I've got one little motor there and still got to scrap. I wonder what the other motor does. Oh, yes. See, that one's smaller. But is it as fat? Is it as fat as that one? No, it's small. I think that one might work. We might have a winner. Ha! How are we going? It's shorter. Can't really tell while it's in there. So I'm going to figure out how to get that out of there to test. Right. So then I thought, okay, well, I'll keep all these gears and things, and that's got an even more robust coggy thing in it. So we'll have that. There's plugs and switches. There's all these electronic stuff that I don't even know what any of it is. I'm learning things like that's a capacitor, that's a capacitor, that's a capacitor, and they all look different. It's like, oh, great. And then went down this rabbit hole of, keep these metals, precious metals here, precious metal there, and then you can add these chemicals, and then you can extract this. And I went, no, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. So I spent 2 weeks scrapping stuff. Not every day, just when I can. So where I'm at now is I've got a heap of electronic board thingos. What do you call them? Electronic circuitry boards. Kept all the connecty things because I don't know what. I don't want to have to try and figure out what connects to what. And some people, they to do their mini lathe, they'll put in an external power supply and stuff. Come across one dude, he's used a battery from like a drill. Look, I want like a 18-volt system where I don't have to rely on external power, where I can just pick it up, take it outside, do my bzzz, bring it back in, sweat, don't have to worry about plugging in cables or nothing. That's what I want to do. So that's where I'm at. I'm making 2 lathes. I'm making a manual one that doesn't require any power, and then I'm making another one that I can plug into a 14-volt, 18-volt, a volt, a battery volt thingo. Copper is gold for electronics when scrapping. Yes. Still kicking's been making a good living off scrapping. Okay, you just have to know where to look. I'm willing to put some work in. Well, I have been enjoying figuring out how things are put together. Well, actually just undoing a shitload of screws and going, where does this lead? That's been the extent of what I've been doing. So, Mick's been doing it as well. Mick's a mechanic and loves engineering and electrical stuff. Okay. Yes. Oh, you're an electrician still kicking by trade. Okay. Oh, you just lick your fingers, and if you touch it, you just lick your fingers and touch it and see if it's live or not. Well, that's a really good way to figure it out. Better than sticking our tongue in it like we did when we were kids. Mick and the wife used to scrap metal from construction work all day, every day. Good side money. Yeah, well, stuff I scrap, I'll get an extra $10. Let's not go all out here, but it's still fun. I still learn something. I pulled apart a printer, a Brother printer, an Epson printer. Interesting how those things work. I pulled apart 2 microwaves, an old microwave and a newish microwave. The difference in components is quite interesting in those. The heaviness of the box with the thing of transformers is quite substantial. One now is just aluminium crap, and the other one was solid, mate. That's a deadly item there. And big capacitor thing, a big silver things in them. And so I went to a mate the other day, and I spoke to him. He's an electronic dude, and I said, mate, I've got these electronic boards and stuff, and he's there depopulating these boards. And I thought, okay, so good time to chat to him about it. Well, it turns out he only does old stuff. He's into old radios. That's where he cut his teeth when he was a younger bloke doing an apprentice, was fixing the old timey-wimey radios back in the day. Yeah, he's that old. And we don't discriminate on age discrimination amongst who we call our mates. And so he's got into it as a middle-aged person picking up a hobby. And so he gets vintage radios. Cheap. He's just called one for $25. What now, puppy? What are you doing? You're kidding me. Oh. It's 12:27, which means it's lunchtime, which means she requires a peanut butter cookie. Back in a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. Be nice. All right, let's go to your lunch. Don't make me bend. Okay. So, doing these live streams inside my home, you get to hang out with the house. What happens in the house, you get to experience it as well. Peanut butter cookies, I mean, that's her new favourite thing at the moment. It's a peanut butter cookie. She has one after breakfast to make sure she's eating her carrot with her brekkie. And then she has one for lunch. So she gets 2 peanut butter cookies a day. Apart from when Auntie Heather comes over, then she gets an extra 2. So she likes Auntie Heather days because she gets extra cookies. It's only something new that's come into the house, and she thinks it's the duck's guts. And we don't usually call things cookies, we call them biscuits, but Pet Butcher calls them cookies, so we call them cookies. And it's the kind of pet butcher where you actually take your dog in. So I had to desensitize Betty to dead animal. When I first started her assistance dog training, we would go to like the big supermarket-y, mall-y things. We would walk past the butchers and she would freak out. Her PTSD went through the roof. She cowered. I could not get her to walk past it because I thought, oh, okay, positive association. I'll take her to the butchers and buy her a little treat, right? Thought I was doing the right thing. Well, did that backfire on me big time? She was terrified, absolutely terrified, to the point where I said I'd never walk past a butcher again. So when the pet butcher opened in our area, it was like, okay. And they said, you can bring your puppy in. And I've gone, oh, she's a bit about dead animal. Just bring her in, desensitize her, we'll make it a good experience. Oh my God, it's her next favourite shop now. Pet Barn's her first favourite. But she loves going there because it's a tiny little shop. She gets one-on-one customer service. She gets treat after bloody treat. Here, try this. Here, try that. And she thinks it's great. And one of the people that work there has recently lost their labby. And so whenever we go in there, it's like, oh, here's pictures of my labby. Pat the labby, gets their labby fix. And she loves it. Absolutely loves it. Because there's all these treats in the front counter and stuff. She's not terrified of whatever that smell of a human butcher was. She freaked right out. I don't know if anyone else's animals ever experienced that. You know, stay away from the old cannabis butter cookies. You don't want that around the puppies. It's like, yes, it's like telling her when we're camping, you can't dish lick this one, mate, because it's got chili, not puppies. She knows that with the word not in front of anything, she's just no point begging, asking, pleading. You're not going to get it. It's a hard stop. It's not going to happen, puppy. So yeah, so she discovered that I said, this is the place we get the peanut butter cookies, and she's like, all right, I'll come in. And plus the whole place smelt of dog because everyone brings their dog in there. So, and it's a tiny little shop. So you walk in there and there's 3 dogs there. It's a party. So she thinks it's great. It's better than going to the dog park. So that's our pet butcher. So yeah, the old-fashioned one-on-one service. They open the door for you, carry the bag out to the car for you. Like, oh, you don't get that kind of service anymore, apart from at the pet butcher. Miko Wolf's got beautiful puppies. Yeah, Miko Wolf's got some Siberian Huskies. Yeah, they like their little chunk bones. Yes. Betty likes a raw bone, but she don't eat the bone. She's not a bone person at all. She's a meaty person. She'll eat everything off it and leave the bone. And I thought, the first time I gave her a bone and she left the bone, I thought, well, maybe she's just letting it brew, letting it brew in the sun, that sort of stuff. And it was there and it was there. And it was like, she's not burying it. Usually they bury it, don't they? And she didn't bury it. She just left it and left it and left it. And after 4 months, I thought, she's not going back to that. I have to move it every time I mow. So I'm just putting it in the bin. Yes, don't forget the gravy. The gravy on top. Exactly. So going back to my lathe. So that's where I'm at. I've been scrapping. I've been watching scrapping videos. Spoke to my mate and he said, these are old electronic boards. They're brown. They're not green. The modern stuff's green. His is brown. And he depopulates capacitors. So I started asking, what's that bit? What's that bit? Capacitors, diodes, some other little thing with stripes on it. What was that called? Something. Yeah. So he collects all the old parts, because I said, I've got all these electronic boards from these modern stuff. I could depopulate them. Do you want the bits that come off them? And he's gone, no, because he only wants to use old parts drawing old jeans. So, okay, no worries. But yes, I'll definitely be taking the copper bits off. I scored some magnets, those big round magnets, on the microwave ovens, the magnetron. So I looked up how to safely deal with one of them. Best way to deal with a magnetron. It's got that pink stuff around the top of the pointy end, and on one of the microwaves, the modern one, that thing had blown its shite out the end. That had seen better days. Apparently that happens when you put something metal in the microwave. That's why you don't do it. You blow your magnetron up. So that's what had happened. But on the other one that I took out the van, the old van, it was fine. And so they were all pink. So what this one dude did, called Scrap It All, I think their channel name is, they put tape, or use painter's tape, wrap it in tape so that there's no particulates that come off and you inhale and stuff. Yep. Electronic boards have got gold and silver and platinum and stuff in them. Yep. And I've got all these little tiny flat capacitors and stuff that have the palladium and the silver in them, and plus the contacts and the gold contacts. And I'm not stuffing around with none of that. I just want to get enough parts, put together a little mini lathe. Because that's going to be the extent of my what now, puppy? Oh, yeah, we're back. Puppy, what? What now? What now? Oh, come on, you've interrupted at least 10 times so far, I'm sure of it. What? You've been to the toilet? Do you need to go solar power up? Oh, happy towel. Oh, man. All right. Talk amongst yourselves. Be kind. I'm going to go let the dog out to solar power up. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't bothered to sit down again because you keep asking me for stuff. Come on. Ah, animals. We taught her to ask for what she wants. When we first got her, she would not ask. You put a smacko in her mouth and it would just fall out. She was so terrified. She had severe PTSD. She was a domestic violence survivor. We got her at 4.5. So she was a mature age student. She did rather well. We had her ready for accreditation in 4.5 months. She's been in love and life ever since. So we taught her to ask for what she wants. She hasn't stopped asking. Kids. Right. Where were we? We've done. Can't go any further with that stylus today because it is the wrong size motor. Oh, really? Really? Is there wriggle room? So one of the things I had to work out was how to get this out of here because this is the component that you need for the end of your to put your thingos on. So this was in there up to about there, and I thought that was attached to a little pin like that, but it wasn't. So I thought all I needed to do was just to score a pinion puller, and I had one, a little one, and I couldn't find it. So I went on AliExpress and I bought a little one. Well, once again, I stuffed up the sizing because it had no sizings on it. It looked right. I mean, when I look at stuff on the internet, I compare the size of the hand that's holding the thing, doing the demo, to the size of the object that I'm wanting and go, oh, yeah, that looks big enough. Well, no, this thing came and it was like that big. Oh, you mongrel. So I searched high low, the Lock Lab, which is why it ended up so neat and why I ended up finding all this other stuff. Searching for my pinion puller. Well, I pull out my pinion puller and it is big enough, but it's that much too big. So then I got some scissors and I tried to use that as the thing and whack. It didn't work and I was concerned about bending it. And so then I had to take it outside and get the big hammer, and I used my electrician's multi-tool and gripped it and whacked it. And eventually it came off, and then it just kept coming. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, this end bit's supposed to be coming off till about there. Why does this keep coming out like this? And it kept coming. I'm thinking, it's true, if that bloody thing goes all the way through. They've welded that on. No wonder you can't just replace it and attach that bit to a new little motor and go, sweet, we're away. Look at that. Because I measured the thickness of that, measured the thickness of that, and went, oh, sweet, that'll work. Well, no. So now I'm wondering, can you buy these little motors without the middle bit in there so that you can slide a new middle bit in there? And the dog's barking again. Puppy! So I wondered, and then I bent it a little bit. So then I really had to bend it back. So it's still good. It's spinning all right. So we're sweet that way. So this is the whole part of the stylus. They made it. They built in obsolescence. And this is what's shitting me about electronics today. Built-in obsolescence. One of the other things that had built-in obsolescence that I scrapped was the old dryer shat itself. Oh, mate, she's barking. Puppy. So the dryer shut itself. And so I pulled it apart. Thought I'll score a motor, do some scrapping, see if it's got any bits I can use. And then the puppy keeps barking. Back in a minute. Relax. With your brother. Why don't you go play with Winston? He's looking for someone to play with him. So this dryer, the motor didn't look like it had any burnt out little nasties in it. But what there was, once I pulled the whole, you had to pull the whole thing apart basically to get to the drum wheels, the rollers that the drum rotated on. They had shat itself badly. They were a hard plastic, and then they had a rubber around it. That rubber had long gone to the point where that plastic was just disintegrating inside the thing. And so obviously it had been out of whack for over a year. Kept saying, your dryer, something's wrong with your dryer, you want to get it serviced. Oh, no, it'll be all right. No, it's not going to be all right. But anyway, it eventually got so loud and scary for them, they decided it's me for scrapping, and they'll just buy a new dryer. They can do that. I can't do that. Me, I've got to fix shit. So, pulled it apart, got these rollers out. Well, they're useless for nothing because they've just completely disintegrated. The amount of particulates that was inside the compartment was huge. But you couldn't get to those rollers without pulling the whole thing apart. And then I thought, I'll just take those rollers off, I'll replace them, put the dryer back together. I've got myself a dryer. Well, that don't work, does it? Those things would not come off at all. I thought, you built in obsolescence. Not good. But all fun and games in pulling things apart, learning lots. Okay, Mountain Mick, take it easy, mate. Thanks for calling in. Probably not able to replace the shaft, says G Keyman. The bearings are on it, different for each motor. That's what I thought. So then I thought, seen a lot of ads for these little bitty bearings. I wonder if this all, comes off, right? That comes off of there and that slides off because that spins and then that comes off. And then I had a look and went, oh, they've welded that on because that's the bit that grabs onto the thing that enables you to spin it. So I thought, you mongrels. So now I'm back to square one of going, I'm going to have to try and repair this motor, try and shove that back in, find a way to keep that on there. But what damage have I done in here when I whacked the shit out of it to get this out? Because I can see this little floating around in there that's probably not meant to be floating around in there, which looks like a round thing that went in there, something like the round thing that went in there. When I was trying to put this back together, and what a hassle that was, that round thing on the end there, this thing's got a mind of its own. It rotates and does not stay centered, and it was not a happy chappy. What a hassle. Might be able to grind off the welded area. Yeah, but what if the rest of it won't come off? Then I've ground off the welded area and I've even damaged the product even more. So I went online and, as you do, and went, what's going on with this? Can I fix it? And they've gone, no. Built-in obsolescence, you can't. You have to buy a whole new tool. I'm not buying a whole new tool. I'm going to make one with the new motors. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll get another little part like this. Well, actually, yeah, grind that off. Whack it on a new motor. But I did buy a little motor. This is useless, pinion puller. This was the pinion puller I had. Now, the issue I had with this was this would not stay. So each time I got a grip on the pinion down the bottom and started to screw it, this would not stay. It needs to stay a level and go up a level. Well, it would not. It kept flicking and going like that, and then it didn't close. It has to go like this. Don't ever get yourself one of these. I scored this from a garage sale for like $1, so no love lost there. But yeah, first time I've gone to use it and gone, you useless bit of kit. Where did I put the bits? It'll turn up. At least I can bend now. The anti-inflammatory is kicked in. Oh, this is good. I can breathe and I can bend, so this is good. We can move around. Where did I put it? Thought I had one that actually fitted it and thought, yeah, that'll work. What'll I do with it? Memories are fleeting things. They totally are. But I wonder if... Don't know. Did I put it on the electronics tray? Go relax. Don't even be asking for anything. Go on. Go relax. You go relax. No, I can't find it. What I did score was this. Check this out. That. I moved the mouse. That is from a blower, garden blower, that thing. Yeah. Found one by a bin and thought, right, I'll score that for scrapping, add to the scrapping section. It had this massive motor in it. Heavy as, it was an old thing, an old Black & Decker. Doesn't look like there's any nasty, black stuff going on, like as though it has exploded. So I thought, lathe motor. The wheels are ticking. And the whole reason I started doing the scrapping thing was not for the electronics. I wanted the rods out of it. So I had the rods to do the XY thingo on the lathe. Check for voltage and RPM specs. Oh, it matters. Okay. Oh, GKman says it's why they change the parts every year, so there's no backwards compatibility. Built-in obsolescence. And I don't like having to chuck stuff away. I would just like to, get it fixed, like as you did back in the day. You just take it to the repair shop. These days it's like, if I had to repair that, it'd be cheap before you buy a new one. And it's like, I'd really not like to have to do that. No, truly, it'd be cheaper to buy a new one. I just think it's such a waste. So now I'm back to, pretty sure I bought a new little motor. Where is it? Don't know. But that's where I'm at as far as me mini lathe goes. That's the plan. Don't know if it'll work, but you got to have a plan. What are you going to do if you don't have a plan? Okay, let's put this back. when I first started pulling the Dremel thing apart, I thought it would be so easy to fix. It was just a simple thing. I made the part for it and just would not stay back together. It won't drop off. The rear of the part is welded to the smaller shaft. Exactly. So you have to use the whole thing. So that's what we're going to do, is use the whole thing. Totally. That's the other thing I wanted to show you. So I'm going to take it from the holder. I've used new sticky tape to hold you in there. So let's just get you off. Untangle you. Do that. Take it in from behind there. Untangle you from there. Take it around. Oh, that was my knee. Okay, close the drawer. Oh. Around here. Check it out. Oh. So the left side does standard keys. The right side does flat keys, you know, the steely keys. That's brandy stuff, it is. What is that? As far as the cable will reach. It's just got division, multiplication, minus and plus signs at the back of that US 101. And on the compliance plate, it says the best versatile key cutting machine. It weighs a ton. So I've got it on my trolley. Well, it's actually a cutting board that I made in trade school 30 years ago. But so I can wheel it out to use it when I'm ready. But that's what we'll be cutting new keys on. It's got a little drawer and everything. That's on loan from Paul Springer. That's I've wanted to try and learn how to decode one of these. That's a key safe, one of those sort. These are like $25 at Bunnings, and they had them on special for $15, so I scored one. Yes, the techie setup I have here is extraordinary. I've got cables going everywhere. Whoa. Things hooked up with duct tape. It works when it wants to. Oh, frick, g'day, mate. No worries, you get sleepy time there. It must be getting late. GQ Man says I may be able to cut the... well, it just jumped. I may be able to... oh, come on, if I move this, it's going to jump. No. Oh, you mongrel. Just jumped on me. It's got up to 150 zoom in. Oh yeah, this table's not going anywhere, frick. This is the new table. Jimmy Keyman says may be able to cut the part off the shaft and crimp it onto another motor if it has the exact same diameter. That's just it, the exact same diameter. That motor I took off the printer thingo, slightly bigger by feel, I reckon. Okay, I clicked that. Why isn't it doing anything? 5 minutes later. So I really need to find the little motor that I bought. Where is it? Oh, the other thing I bought for the lock lab are these. We've got a discount shop here called, it's usually a food shop, but it's got some other knickknacks and shit in them, like tape and things. It's called NQR. They're starting to pop up all over the country. And I scored this $2. Look at the link to that. So your regular pick case. So when Bare Bones first brought out the bone case, it was this size. And then the next one they brought out was a bit smaller. So this one just fitted my leashes, because at the time I only had 3. Just fitted the leashes in, just. But I only could fit 3 in. But it didn't fit these if I had them in the handle. And I wanted to keep certain picks already in the handles. And then this only fitted locks in. It didn't fit anything really. And then I saw these and I thought, it's called a hard pencil case by Smash. It's got a nice wide zip, nice and grippy. Rock out with your lockout, g'day, mate. And it's nice. It's solid. It's got protection. Doesn't squish down too bad. And look at that. I thought, plenty of room for the leashy. And in that, I'll be able to fit all of them in. And plenty of room for the pick in the femur handle. Great for traveling and transporting around when I'm waiting for my wife to finish her appointments. I can just have these things in here and it'll be happy days. So I thought, so you never know when you're going to find a pick case that is really suitable to your needs. And you never know, it might just be an affordable one. So that is really cool. So happy with that $2 score. So I brought 2 of them. Because when you find something that suits you, chances are you're never going to get it back again when you go to buy another one in a few years' time. So get 2. I thought I'd buy the bullet and get the KW1 and the, where is it? But I've gone from a really cheapy site, not the ones that sell them in the hard case. I sell them in this case. And wait, where is it? Mystery in the Lock Lab. I had it the other day. It'll turn up. Can't go far. It's only small Lock Lab. Because there's some, because I can use the KW1 is the same profile as the Lockwood C4 keyway. However, the Lockwood keyway is a lot wider and the KW1 is a lot narrower. So the KW1 will fit in the Lockwood, but the Lockwoods won't fit in the KW1. And we're coming across a lot more of these now, a lot more American locks and stuff, master locks and these. So I scored a KW1. And I scored an MS1/2. So for the master locks, because, you know, we're getting inundated by them. And then for some reason that turned up and I thought, what did I thought, did I stuff up the order? Did I press the wrong button? Did it not come up? Like, what? Because these are like under $15 each. Where normally they're over $40 each. So on the other sites that have the hard case, I thought, oh, I've got a SC1. Well, I'm going to ask in one of these, what do I need an SC1 for? Well, occasionally you will need an SC1. It's better if the profile's an SC1, use an SC1 rather than the SC20. So the SC20 is a lot more fragile than the SC1 as far as the pick goes, and so it'll last longer. Fair enough. So I thought, okay. So now where's me little master lock one? So then I thought, because these ended up in these cases, I thought, well, I want them in these cases. So I went, so I'm not buying it again from this site because one, that was supposed to be an MS1. And so I thought I'll go back to where I bought the other ones from in this hard case. So the M1 MS2. And that had this little hook thing going on, this grabby bit there. It's bent over. I thought, oh, is it meant to be doing that? And apparently, yes, it is meant to do that. But then that makes it quite a grabby thing in the keyway. But anyway, it still works. Yeah, well, I want to get used to using them just because they're easier on the hands. G. Chemicals apparently recently gifted 3 new to me leashies, an AM4, SE20 and a KW5. What's the difference between a KW1 and a KW5? Is it the keyway? So I wonder if I can pick with it. So we'll grab a crusty one, because that's the ones we come across in the wild are crusties. So this is something I picked in the wild. It's the these ones, whatever they're called, M1. Is that why that's called an M1? It's because that's got M1 on the bottom. G. Kimmin says, yeah, the M1 looks like that, but I usually pick the lock normally, then insert the leashy for decoding. Yes, that's what I was going to use it for, decoding, because I've got some master lock blank keys. I've now got a key machine, cutter machine. I thought, aha, I can decode these, make some keys for them. That was the plan on getting that. But then part of me says, well, it's a 2-in-1 pick. I want the other function to work. Can we pick with it? So let's find out. So not used to that being like such a stubby. It's so little. But then again, you're only dealing with 4 pins. It doesn't have to go in far. And it does actually, the front nose does actually seat in properly up the top there. And the bottom bit seems to have that cut out there for the clearance, because there is a slight raised section between that gold body, the gold body and the pick. So that creates that clearance. But then it's got Mr. Lishi on it. Then I looked at the back and went, oh, it's an original. It's got a stamp on it. It's got that thing on it. And then I ran, oh, hang on a minute. Ha! Always check the spelling. I spelled Lishi with a Z. So yeah, knock off. Knock off. Frick Slashing, can you use the Lishi to decode a quick set smart keys? But you really got to be able to read the pin states on them to do it. Ah. Nemo Notice asking, can you do keys for an American 1205? I don't know. Can we? With what we've got? Can we do a key for an American 111205? You don't have any keys for yours and you've never been able to open it. Well, you're going to have to send it to me so you can get it open. Well, actually, send it to Elijah. That's the best person to send it to get it picked. And then, can it be gutted? Can a 1205 be gutted? And then we can gut it and work out what the pin heights are. And then from that, I should be able to cut a key. Or we can hand file a key. Just need to know, yeah, fake Lishi. Nate says it's a fake Lishi, and the scratch off QR code will take you to a non-Lishi site. Yep, so be warned, don't go there. Yep, Elijah can pick it for you, Nemo. Send it to Elijah. And from what you've read, you can gut it. All right, Elijah, you pick it, send it to me picked, and then we can work out. So the question would be, what blank does the 1205 need? Do I have the blanks? Or do I need to get them in? So I've got some American blanks on me, and I've got some master lock blanks on me. Ooh, slight core rotation there once I hit 3. More core rotation. So 1 and 3 got clicks. So I guess the person asked is G key man, the mod with the most keys. What key blank does the 1205 take? Can we get Nemo Nada a working key for his lock? That's only feels like 2 pins can be picked. The rest are mushy. All right, let's start again. Oh, that's grabby. Crank the tension this time. All right, that feels picked. 4's picked. Three's picked. Whoa. Having 1 go way past 0, that just doesn't seem right to me. It's like gone through the roof. That's got to mean an overset, surely. That's weird. According to this, there's only 1 pin left to pick. That'll be the 2. And it's not binding. All right. We're going to call that an overset. Start that again. Jeez. G. Kimmin says my American 1205 has the AM5. Aha. So this is stuff I won from Lockpick and Dev. He did an American lock thingo, and I won. And so I won some pins. I won some replacement bits with some springs. Thingo. Yeah, that was the kit I won. And then mate was going to send me the whole range of American pins with all the top pins as well as all the master pins, and they made a mistake and sent me all lab ones instead, so I didn't get any American pins. And then Chris Capoon bought me a American like lock, like spare pins, all that sort of thing, a little kit, but it didn't get here. It got burnt in the fire. So I have and Chris did send me these back in the day. Focus. evils. So what I won from Lockpick and Dev was some pre-cuts. So I can change the bidding stuff on the lock that I won, because I only had one American lock and I'd picked it so much that I'd blown the top out, and plus the springs were so compressed even before I got it. It took me a year to pick it anyway. And then I've got, are these AM5s for these 1100s? Is that the same? Is that the same key? Well, one is the original. The other two are same as Pocket Women's knockoff. Yeah. Okay. One says originalishy.com and the other ones are that weird one. Well, I paid $98 for my Lockwood one, and it turned out to be a knockoff. Brought from the Locksmith toolbox back in the day. So yay, AM5. So these are AM5s. So we can actually make a working lock with a key for Nimonada's lock for the 1205. That's what you're saying? Uh-huh. Okay. That'll work. That's cool. So I need to ask Paul if he can get me some AM5s, so I don't have to use up my pre-cuts. Then we can hand file your key, and then we can cut it properly on the key machine once it's hand filed. That'll work, won't it? That sounds like a plan. And then my master lock. So I've got some of these. Just got a handful of these M1 blanks, goldies, the brassies. So that's my American kit. And I've got bits for the master lock 401 in there. So I figured they look the same, tiny little pins. That was before master lock took over American lock. So, yep, sounds sweet. All right, we have a plan for the 1205. 1205 goes to Elijah. Elijah, we'll make a video of the picking and the pins so that we have it on file, and if we stuff it up, we know how to go back to the start. Comes to me, we'll make a key for it. Send it back to you, and you can practice picking it, and you've got a workable lock. Sounds like a good plan. That's how all Locksporters will work together. That's the community we're working for you right there, people. That's how it all goes around. Pay it forward. Right, let's get this thing open. It's a lot of wiggle. Well, that's master lock for you. There's always a lot of wiggle. So, Nemo Nada, you can connect with Elijah on Discord. You can find him in the Dragon's Den. So are these easy to overset, I wonder? That one just went smoosh and then went down past the 0. So I guess yes. Okay, try again. Start at 1. Mushy. 2's binding. Little click. All right, little click took me down to pin height 1. 3 is binding. Springy, we're going to leave it there. 4 is binding. Okay, that's between a 3 and a 4. One again. Click one that takes it way past 0. So I'm wondering, is this not lined up properly? Mushed it. Mushed it. Mushed it. The reason why I wonder that is because when we first put the leashy in, the Lizzie, given it's got a Z in it, we start out with our pick. Oh no, that starts at 7 up there. Starts at 6 on that one. Oh, just below 7 on 3. Starts just up on 7. And it starts on 6 on 1. Okay. Okay, that was a double click. Okay. Small core rotation, now springy on 1. What's that mean? We don't know. Another little click on 4. Going nowhere on 3. We're doing the bouncy technique. Lockpicking engineer, g'day mate. You've got a full set of issues. Which are the real ones? Oh, that's awesome. Are you the Aussie one or the American one? I always ask the same question. It would be good if I could remember the difference between your logos. Oh, I know how to remember the difference between your logos. Haha. Lockpicking engineers, channel slot. It's right there in front of me. It's gonna happen, mate. Got room on my phone now. So let's. That's the logo for the American one. Lockpicking engineer. So what logo do we have on? You can't see the logo. You've got to go to show you the logo. Why is your logo faded? I can't tell by that. It's the same colouring. Not sure. But that's the lockpicking engineer. The American one. Challenge lock. It's ready to go. Put the key back. Put the key back. Yeah, that's why you find it easier to pick the master lock with pins, with your peaks G key, man. Yes, and use it because it warps. It warps. And reading. I wondered if it was doing that to me and creating, because I played with this once when I first got it. Your logo is 1 shilling Australia. Oh, is that what the logo is? Is that why it's faded? So you're the Aussie one. So we're not keeping you up late, mate. How's the boat? Try again. Yes, I can't afford all the real issues. I brought 1 real issue, and then it turned out to be shit. It cost me $98. it was like, well, I'm not paying full price for something that's going to turn out to be shit anyway. And why did it turn out to be shit? It was because the person who ran the locksmith toolbox at the time, I reckon, bought a heap of cheap leashies and thought they'd flog them off at full leashy prices. And then we ended up with crap. So the boat's okay. It survived all the massive weather we had going on. That's good. Saw a lot more boats up in dry dock. I remember a lockpicking engineer's had recently that you went down to Lugs Bay Jetty and picked some locks off the jetty. Was that the private jetty down there, or was that? Oh no, I'm thinking North Haven, New Haven, one of the havens. It was the public jetty, because I didn't know there was love locks going on the jetties until I went for that walk along Semaphore jetty and to have a look at the storm damage, and then spotted all these locks and went, oh, struth, we can do a lock explore now. If there's locks on Largs Bay jetty, we can do a live lock explore down there. And if you picked them off that jetty, did you get permission to pick them, or did you just score them? You get the keys from the shop beside the Hodge Marine. What? What keys? Is there a locksmith down there? Is there a locksmith down near the marina? Yeah, G. Kim, I think you're right. This is shit to try and pick with that. But we've got Buckley's and none. Let's get attention range. It won't do. So yes, to Largs Bay jetty. You scored locks off Largs Bay jetty. No, Grange Road, Finton. So Hodge Marine is at Grange Road, Finton. That's what you're saying? Oh, I know where that is. Yep. Wonder if Grange Jetty's got locks on it now. People are starting to use the jetties for love locks. Oh, puppy, it's been you lasted half an hour, mate. That's right, there and the council the council side to just remove the locks from the jetty. G'day, David Romano. The lockpicker meow is in the house. So were you, because you're a Lockie, aren't you? Something to do with Lockiness. Did you get hired by the council to remove the locks off the jetty? Come, puppy, just relax. Come on. Puppy. What now? You need to go back out. Wouldn't you go relax? You don't want to relax? Oh, puppy. No worries, David. Oh, you're at work. You naughty boy. Puppy, what's up? I'm in the middle of picking a lock. I'm trying to find out some information from lockpicking engineer. Hang on. No, I just asked the council and my PC keeps on change. Your PC keeps changing all your words. It makes it very difficult for communication on a live stream if your PC does that. What puppy? All right, back in a minute. Just let the puppy out again. Jeez. Okay. Oh, okay. Season up again. Anti-inflammatory didn't last very long, did it? Nothing else for you. You've already had your lunch. So you asked the council. Okay. So is there still? Did you score more? Are there still some more locks on Lugs Bay Jetty? It's getting cold. Let's ascertain that because it'd be cool to do a live stream from down there, doing a lock explore on the jetty. Because Betty likes it because she gets to go for a walk. It's one of the places we like to take her for a walk because there's a accessible walkway, wooden walkway they put along the beach down near Lugs Bay. So that's why we travel down there. She gets to do a sniffing and I don't have to trip over. Just the locks that I saw on Semaphore, ooh, they were rusted out really bad. Like there was only a few that still probably had usable shackles or shackles that even would budge. But that lifeguard stand, whoa, it's hanging on by its thread. They're looking at keeping it there and reinforcing it. But the beach has eroded back so far, it's like 12-foot ledge. It's like a mini cliff now. Each high tide, it gets worse. And we can't actually walk on the beach. We can't actually walk on the beach because we got massive algal bloom and happening at the moment, and it's hit the whole coastline from the top end down to the bottom, and it is killing off everything. And I mean everything inside the water and everything on the outside of the water. There's been quite a few dogs that have died from being on the beach or playing in the water. So we're not risking Betty down there, which is why Lugs is good, because it's got the walkway. G'day, Chuck Soup. How's it going, mate? Yes, a receding beach line. Yeah, that's the way it is, Chuck. Oh, come on, Master. Look, what's your issue? Do I want to use my new pick in a crusty old Master Lock? Probably not. Maybe stuff is stuck up there because it was so mushy. Let's get the deforest diamond out. And there we go. Jeez. It was mushy. That pin's against up there. All right, well, that's decode. So pin 1 is a pin 1's a 5. G'day, RL. How's it going, mate? Welcome in. Pin 2 is, it does drop all the way down to the weld. Okay, is a 0. Focus. Today. But there's wobble. There's a wobble in the thing, so we need to hold it up, I guess, to get an accurate reading. Yeah, that's pin 2 is definitely a 0 cut. Pin 3 is a 4. And pin 4 is a 6. Should write that down. Because what we're going to try and do now is we are going to so what was it? Pin 1 is a 5. Pen. Okay. 1 is a 5. 2 was a 0. Three is a 4. And 4 is a 4? What? Was a 4. So correct was 3, 4. Yep. Yep. Huh. 1 is between a 4 and a 5. Don't do that. Lift it up. That sucks. Focus. 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 Focus your focus. So is that a 5 or a 4? Right. So technically, knowing that, we should be able to go like that. Oh, I was thinking of, what do you call it? Binding order. That's different to what the pinning, what the watts is. That's not giving us our binding order. That's giving us our pin depths. So we'll just, so as we go in, 5 is already, 1 is already at 6. So just a tiny nick. That's why we couldn't pick it. It's a mush, and it's taken it 1 overset straight away. Because it's a mush, stay away from 1. Stay away from 1. 4's a 4. See, that's not clicking past a 4. If we click it past where it binds, then it drops it all the way down there. Oh, yeah, you can't pick these with a lishy. So the only one that's pickable is 2, which takes you down to a 0, which doesn't actually take you down to a 0. It takes you to a 1 when you pick it. Okay, 1 stayed on 5. Try and get the tiniest of. Oh, okay, all right. Okay. You can pick it with a leash. You just have to be very careful at those 4s and 5s and 6s, because it's already at there. It's the tiniest of sensations, tiniest of movements. GK Man says, "Poor woman, make." Ooh, I'm gonna try and move that. You're gonna make sure the pointer is right on the vertical line to be sure you're on the tip of the pin. Yep. I did that, and I was able to pick it with the leashy. Okay. That works. All right. The crap one works. We can make keys with that. We can make that work. Won't blow too many keys doing that. So that'll work. That's a win. We've got a win in the Lock Lab. Hey, that's awesome. Ha! Well, that is a perfect time to go. Okay. Well, let's finish on a win, shall we?
And remember that this pick here has a hidden feature, and we shall be making a short with that on it. Oh, cool as I just have fun with that. Thank you very much, Terry B. Purple Heart, Skulls, Locks, Protection, and Magic Function. Very sweet. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in this Locksport Hangout, working things out, having fun, sorting shit out, getting stuff done in the Lock Lab. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Stay legal. Temptation is everywhere.